The latest NFL draft rumors are saying that the Chiefs could trade up to take wide receiver Henry Ruggs. Ruggs would add even more speed to arguably the fastest receiving group in the league. The Alabama star wideout ran a 4.27 40-yard dash at the Combine. So, Shannon, would this be a good idea or bad idea for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
Skip, I believe this would be a great luxury, but not a necessity. Okay, you'd have 4.27 and Henry Ruggs, 4.28 and Tyreek Hill, 4.33 and Mecole Hardman, 4.45 and Sammy Watkins. I believe that pick would be better served going on the defensive side of the football. Maybe you get a more sudden middle linebacker, maybe a safety, or maybe I don't think a safety is rated. Well, probably when they're picking 32nd. So, Skip, for me, I wouldn't move up to take Henry Ruggs. Now, if he fell to you, okay, I get it. But I don't think he's going to drop that far in the draft, not with that kind of speed, with the pedigree and the program in which he played in. Skip, but it doesn't, I mean, how many go routes are you going to run? I get it. I mean, you have enough. Skip, I think they would be better served. I don't think offense is going to be their problem this year. I think they would be better served to spend that pick on the defensive side of the football. I think it would be better served if they went that direction.
I agree with you, but when Peter King speaks, I listen. And this report came from Peter King, so I'm assuming there's some validity to the fact that Andy Reid is intrigued with moving up from 32 to wherever it would take to snatch Henry Ruggs. Mel Kiper has Ruggs going 21 to the Eagles, who badly need a receiver, as we know. It's probably the deepest receiver draft maybe ever. So you could probably get another one after that if the Eagles wanted to give up Ruggs in that spot there. But the point is, this is so typical Andy Reid. He's a great guy, but he has a huge ego. And that ego, unfortunately to me, got validated by him winning this Super Bowl with his toys. And again, credit all to Andy Reid. He's the one who moved up in the draft to take the all-time toy, Patrick Mahomes, your homeboy. And Andy Reid obviously is obsessed to a fault with throwing the football, so he wants another toy at receiver where he's got all those incredibly speedy toys to start with. Again, Andy Reid was very lucky he got away with getting through the playoffs and validating his philosophy, which is he doesn't really care about his defense. He doesn't really care about his running game. Pro Football Focus last year ranked his defense 25th during the regular season, and they finished the regular season 23rd in yards rushing the football. So in the end, they were so lucky to me, Shannon, that they got to play against Bill O'Brien and they got to play against Jimmy G. Because remember, in that first home playoff game, Houston's up 21-0, and it's 4th and 1 at their 13, at Kansas City's 13. And Bill O'Brien takes the field goal instead of going for the throat. And so now it's 24-0, and they got outscored from that point on, as you know, 51-7. And then in the Super Bowl, they're down 20-10 going into the fourth quarter, and Jimmy G reverted to being Jimmy G. Threw an interception. He was only 3 for 8. He missed the deep throw to Emmanuel Sanders that could have won the game late, and came apart, as did Kyle Shanahan's offense. And here came back roaring Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But I think they were lucky it was Bill O'Brien and Jimmy G, or maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation. Yet now he thinks he can get away with it because he's a made man now. He got crowned. He got christened. He is a Super Bowl champion. And now I won't be surprised at all if he neglects the defense in favor of getting one more toy. And he would be some kind of toy. And to your point, Shannon, he's the ultimate luxury because he's the fastest man in the draft. And he can catch it. He's pretty good. He was, again, he had the third most receiving yards on this last year's Alabama team and the third most catches. You know, he's pretty good, but he's more luxury than necessity, to your point, where he's not a number one receiver. He's a cherry on top. He would just give you a track team that would be virtually uncoverable. And Andy's going to say, we're just going to come in and outscore you doing what I'm obsessed with doing, throwing the football.
Well, Skip, they're picking 32nd, so if, I wouldn't be opposed to them taking a running back if a running back that they like there, and you're sitting in the 32nd spot. But to move up and take a necessity play, a luxury player, Skip, it really doesn't make sense to me because you really need some defensive. Take it doesn't make sense to me from a standpoint, Skip. You got the franchise tag on Chris Jones. He's going to want a long-term deal. Now, the higher you move up in the draft, the more you're going to have to pay that guy. And so that goes, and I get it, you win, and so, hey, everybody thinks the money's going to just go on forever. But eventually, Skip, those payments are going to, my homeboy is coming. 200, 250, that's coming, Skip, and it's coming sooner than later. Guess what? Travis Kelce going to be knocking on your door again real soon, too, now. So I get it. I get all that, Skip, but for me, I would take a defensive player or a running back at the 32nd pick. But like I said, Henry Ruggs is a great luxury to have, not a necessity. But for me, I wouldn't move up to take him.
Hey, Steve Spagnuolo did a really nice job last year, but if you don't restock his cupboard, you can't ask him to do that again. So, again, because I'm going to root against your homeboy, I hope they take Ruggs in the first round, and I hope they have to spend draft capital to go up to get him because it's not going to get them anywhere.
Yeah, Skip. I mean, I hadn't seen speed like this since the old Raiders. They had Sam Grady, they had Willie Gault, they had Swervin' Mervin Fernandez, and then a couple years later, they drafted James Jett. Well, both of those guys were on the gold medal. James Jett in 92 was on the gold medal winning relay team, and Sam Grady got the silver medal in the 84 Olympics to Carl Lewis. So speed in the West is nothing new, but how much speed do you need, Skip? I mean, Tyreek, imagine
just a couple
Tyreek
days away from
is the second
draft,
fastest player on your team.
We need the draft. We're anxious for it, and we've got so much to talk about before then. But I want to go back to The Last Dance, guys. Was Scottie Pippen underrated with MJ and the Bulls? Let's discuss.